let's talk about what's been going on in that New York court where Donald Trump is facing his hush money trial. Well, I suppose the star about it, who it's all about really, Stormy Daniels, took to the witness stand yesterday, and goodness me, quite steamy it was. Let's talk about this with Steve Gill. He's a former advisor to both Bill Clinton and George Bush's administrations. Good morning to you, Steve.
Hey, Julia, good to see you.
I'm going to be brave here. I hope people aren't eating. Tell us what Stormy Daniels, tell us what the former porn star Stormy Daniels had to say about her brief encounter with Donald Trump that she claims resulted in sex. He denies.
Well, and she's denied it repeatedly in the past,
weirdly,
including in her own book. Keep in mind this lady owes Donald Trump about $600,000 for a defamation case that she lost. So there's not a bunch of substance there. If you look up salacious prejudicial testimony in the dictionary, this will be the case they will put in. And some of the stuff that she was saying had even the jury, red-faced and questioning it. And then she started trying to do sex puns with the judge. At one point, the judge threatened to give her a gag order, and she said, promise. And then in another...
in court.
Another time, she literally asked, is it possible that we will have a hung jury? I don't think this played well for the prosecution, and even folks like CNN and other mainstream media are recognizing this. The judge himself admonished Trump's defense lawyers at one point for not objecting enough, and they pointed out, you weren't allowing our objections earlier in the day with this kind of salacious testimony, and now you're trying to pin the blame on us that it got out of control.
But this is extraordinary, isn't it? Look, her name has come up, obviously. This is all about hush money that was paid to her. Not illegal for her to be paid money to not tell her story to the National Enquirer, but the claim is that the accounting, the business accounts were basically falsified to cover up this payment of hush money. It went via Michael Cohen, an advisor to Donald Trump.
But keep in mind, the bookkeeper, the accountant for Trump, testified earlier that he wrote it as legal fees because, they were paying a lawyer who they regularly paid for his legal work. So he said he didn't get told by Trump or anybody how to classify this. They were paying a lawyer.
That's very telling, isn't it? That's very telling. Well, look, Stormy Daniels, though, she said that she'd met Donald Trump at a celebrity golf tournament. This is back in 2006. She was 27. Apparently, he said to her, because she directed as well as starred in adult porn films, you must be the smart one. Classy. But basically, she'd been asked by one of his bodyguards whether she wanted to go for dinner with him. Initially, she said no, but her publicist advised it. If nothing else, you'll get a great story. What could possibly go wrong? This is what Stormy Daniels claimed. Basically, she ended... I've got to read this out. Sorry. Stop. If you're eating, people, if you're drinking tea right now, don't swallow it now. Get over and done with. Apparently, they were sitting. They were in his hotel room. Again, why are you in his hotel room? Apparently, she claimed that she spanked him with a rolled-up financial magazine which had Donald Trump's face on it.
Well, I can certainly believe that he would have magazines with his face on it in his hotel room at any given time.
Yeah.
The problem is you've got some of the media saying, well, she was very specific and very graphic in the details. She's a porn star. There's thousands of men that she's had experiences with that she could put anybody's name on and her details. And the bottom line is this has nothing to do with whatever the underlying charge is. She doesn't have any testimony about bookkeeping. She doesn't have any testimony about his intent. There is nothing that this was done for other than to have this prejudicial testimony come in so that the DA can argue, see, Trump's a bad guy. He slept with a porn star. Has nothing to do with the case. It is just to make the jury see him in a negative way that is beyond prejudicial.
I mean, the argument is, of course, he didn't want his wife to find out. Also, she says he wasn't. She claimed to the court that he wasn't sleeping in the same room as Melania. It was ahead of the 2016 election, was it not? But apparently, she claims he also told her basically wanting to have sex with her. This is the only way you're getting out the trailer park. The main thing about this, I think most people find shocking, is the idea that she was somehow shocked by the idea that this man invited her to his hotel suite as a porn star. What did she think they were going to do?
Well, she was shocked at the absence of TV cameras and video. That's her business. And there's also plenty of testimony where she has denied they had sexual relations, has actually put it in writing.
In an affidavit.
but now she can make some money. And there's a lot of evidence that this was all an extortion attempt to get money. And again, she owes Trump $600,000 and says she's not going to pay him a penny. She'd rather go to jail.
It's absolutely fascinating. I'm sure it's going to get worse as this case goes on. Steve Gill from Advisor to Clinton and Bush administrations, thank you very much.